Fantastic. We are live. Hello, hello. If you're here, please say hello. Let me know you're here. And again, I love the fact you let me know if you're watching the replays, hashtag replay. So say hello, let me know you're here. Hello, hello. And we're going to dive in. So money, money, money. It is a loaded topic. I started, you know, putting ideas like how I wanted to present this, and it just got started getting so big. And I'm like, okay, let's focus in. So we're going to be focusing in on money and me. In other words, our relationship with money. So again, say hello, let me know you're here, and we're going to dive in. So we are a society so triggered by money, so charged by money, so wounded by money. And so I want to peel this back. I want to take a look, like really pick it up and look at it like never before. Like, what is your relationship with money? Right? If you're dating money, how do you relate to that? So it's going to be different for everybody, right? It's going to be different. It's going to be unique to you, but usually there's an underlying, different themes going on. So please get out your pen and papers. I love if you take notes and share in the chat. It helps everybody because a lot of people go, oh gosh, I'm not alone in my thought, right? Like it really helps support us. So please share in the chat. And so let's think of some scenarios that might bring some stuff up. First of all, I'm not one to say, let's get triggered. Let's bring our stuff up, right? Because I don't always think we need to go back in the past and rehash. However, this is a process. So what I want you to do is think of a scenario where, maybe where you're confronted and your stuff comes up, and it might not even, maybe it's even areas where you're not even aware of it. So, or maybe the obvious, take the obvious because it'll help bring it up. But like say you're at a function or some event or a party or something, and maybe you hear somebody talking about their success, that they're making more money or they got a new job, and it's not in an egotistical way. Like I want to take that out of the factor here, but they're just sharing because I want to ask them, and you're just overhearing someone talk about their success. Maybe you're totally neutral, no big deal, Janine, I got that, right? Maybe there's some jealousy, or well, why not me? Or I feel bad, why can't I, experience that? Maybe you feel inspired, right? Like what is coming up? Or maybe you see a neighbor doing some big renovation and you are having thoughts like, well, I can't afford that. Or maybe you should go shopping and there's only so much you can afford, or like think about some areas, right? Or maybe a bill comes in, you can only pay the minimum, right? And it's like, what comes up for you, right? Maybe you're already financially set. Maybe you're like, I got this, right? And just so you know, this conversation is going to be a little, we all have some level where we bump up against our stuff, right? We all do. We all have some sort of relationship. So it's like, what's that next level for you, right? So you could be financially abundant, financially set, but maybe there's another level that you get stuck at, right? So this is the first step, is like, what is that scenario for you? Okay, think of that. Everyone's got that. What is that scenario, and what is it you're bumping up against? So next is think about like what is coming up, right? Because if we want to heal this, it's hard to heal it if we don't actually look at it. It's like, well, what am I even healing, right? We've got to heal our money wounds. We need to look at it. You need to have the awareness. And that means, being a truth teller, right? So it could even be very subtle. And the more you look at it, the more you're going to see it for what it is, for the truth of what it is, right? So a lot of people, sorry, I keep banging my computer. A lot of people have a love-hate relationship with money, right? Which is split energy. A lot of us have scarcity around money. Money doesn't grow on trees. All these sort of things we were programmed and conditioned around. Maybe for you it is, there's some fear around money. For sure, I hear a lot of lack, not enough, right? Not enough. If we're successful, if we make more money, it's taking away from someone else. and this was an interesting one I heard, and I'm just giving you ideas because I want you to name it. Is if I have money, I don't feel safe. And I never heard that one before, and I'm like, interesting. If I have money, if I start having more money, I don't feel safe. So if any of this is resonating, this really helps us all, right? It helps us go, oh wow, I never thought of that. Oh, that's what she's experienced. Yeah, like it just, we feed off each other, right? Or when you think of money or these situations, is it like a sense that money is missing? So what is that for you? Give yourself a scenario. For me, I would think of maybe like bills come in. There's some big bills I've got coming in, right? It's like what comes up, right? So what is that scenario, and what comes up? What is that relationship? How do you relate to that scenario? So everyone's got that. Like um, for me, I when I bought my home, I've bought a few, like my most recent home that I bought. It was a good sized mortgage, and both my daughters were living here. And then they both moved out. They both went to university. So now I've got two rents to pay on top of my mortgage and two university tuition. So all of a sudden it was like, right? And so I hadn't ever really bumped up against my stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like, whoa. And then I also did this investment. So it was just like a lot of outputting, a lot of going out, right? So I started bumping up against my stuff. So it's like, I've got to look at this. I've got to practice what I preach, right? And I've never felt tight before. And so now I feel like, okay, now I'm relatable. I can see, I can feel what people feel when there's that tightness, right? So the first step is, if we want to heal ourselves, is to have that awareness, right? Be the truth teller. Be brutally honest with what's coming up, without the shame, without the guilt, without being nasty and mean to yourself. Just have the awareness as awareness, right? Okay, everyone's got that, right? Wherever your growth is, your next step. So let me just see if I can see the comments here. They've got a different format here. Oh, there we go. Yes, yes. Just give me a sec. Let me just look. This is good, you guys. I'm liking this. Keep going. Not enough. That's a big one, hey? Oh, I remember that, Gwen. Only raised to only buy stuff on sale. Credit card statements, anxiety. That's good awareness. Super good. Keep them coming. So have that scenario where your money stuff comes up, have heightened awareness, be a truth teller, and what is that relationship, right? What's the emotion? What's the feeling? What's that relationship that you have to that scenario? So here's the truth. And I really want you to let this soak in. Money is not bad, and money's not even good. It just is. It just is. It's man-made, it's made up, and we all have access to the same amount of money. We all have access to the same amount of money, right? So there is no lack. It's our perception is lack. It's whatever money is, whatever meaning we've given it. So just ask yourself, what meaning have I given it? It's hard. It's hard. There's never enough. Like, what meaning have you given it? Yeah. So, and where does this come from? It's come from our programming. I've talked about our paradigms. I'm not going to get into it right now, but basically we've been programmed, right? Typically between the ages of 0 and 7, we're programmed, and then we can work on our stuff as we age, but as we grow, but we're programmed. Like Gwen just said, only buy stuff on sale. So we're programmed, and quite often our subconscious or programming is what's running the show. So don't make that your truth, right? I posted a month ago or so about, it was like a wealth post, something about creating wealth. And I don't know if I said anything about money. It was more about creating wealth in your life, in your business, in your relationships, that sort of thing. And some woman posted, money's not everything. And I thought that was really interesting. It's like, I don't even think I said anything about money. I don't think I even said anything about money. And it had nothing to do with me, but it was just her stuff, right? She was triggered, right? Money's not everything. Well, no, it's not, but it's important, right? So those are some of your truths. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not evil, it's not wrong, it's not right. It's man-made. We've made it up. It's actually just paper. There's an energetic component for sure, but the physical part of it is just paper. It's all made up. So it's like we've got so much energy around it, right? So the truth is, when we can start seeing money for what it is, money is an amazing vehicle, amazing vehicle. Money is a necessity for life, right? A lot of people might say, well, no, money doesn't really matter, but they're probably saying that because they've got their own stuff going on. We need money to live, right? It is a necessity. We don't necessarily need to have like crazy amounts of it, right? But we need to make peace with it. So what's the best way, answer this. What's the best way to know what meaning you've given your money? How do you know what meaning you've given your money? How do you know what relationship you have with money? How do you know what you're thinking and feeling? Share that with me. How do you know what you're thinking and feeling about money? How do you know what you're thinking and feeling about money? You know what you're thinking and feeling about money by looking at your results. Your results don't lie. So if your bank account says a certain thing, certain number, right? If by what's in the bank, yes, yeah, by what's in the bank or your financial status, that your outer results, and no judgment here, but your outer results are going to tell you what you're thinking and feeling inside, right? So if you truly see money as an amazing vehicle, right, you're probably not going to have a lot of money issues. Just clean sailing, right? So the money is a byproduct. Money is a symptom of our thinking and feeling. Write that down. Money is a symptom of our thinking and our feeling. So we're going to create our experience that we're thinking and feeling. We're going to create it out there, right? But what we want to do is be more aware and create the internal experience and think and feel ahead of time so we can alter what's happening out there. So we've got to change this, what's going on, right? It's so important to heal and reconcile that relationship. Most people you always do what you've always done, you've always get what you've always got, right? It's just status quo. But we've got to raise that awareness and really heal that. So this is the exercise I want all of us to implement is three steps. So step one is the awareness, which is what we've been talking a lot about here, right? We can't heal it unless we're aware. Awareness, 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 and awareness. So a good question to ask would be, what is my relationship to money? What if I'm dating money? How respectful would I be? You're dating money. How respectful are you? Right? Are you saying, I can't afford, I don't have enough, there's not enough, and never around what I would need? Like, well, how are you relating? How respectful are you to money? Right? So what is that relationship? So step one is awareness. What's your relationship to money? Having that awareness. Step two is muse. If you're not sure what the word muse means, get curious, journal, be inquisitive, contemplate, usually pen to paper. And number two, muse. And what you're musing about is the question that you're going to reframe. You're going to frame this way. How does this money story serve me? How does this money story serve me? Now, your conscious mind is going to say, well, it doesn't. Me thinking that there's not enough money, that doesn't serve me, Janine. Our conscious mind, if it didn't already, right, it's going to say, well, that doesn't serve me. But your subconscious is running the show. If it's saying it's bad, it's evil, it's scarce, there's not enough, it's hard, right? It's running the show, it's keeping the pattern alive. So that's what we want to address by asking that question, how does it serve me? Right? So when you do this exercise, I've done this before, it's a very profound exercise. So let's just say your story is like money's just hard, or money's just not enough. So you write down like, how does my money story about not enough, or it's never around, or it's hard, how does that serve me? And it's usually, I mean, you're going to come up with the answer. So I don't know your answer, but it's usually some sort of in the ballpark area of it keeps me small, it keeps me safe, it holds me back, I get to stay in my comfort zone, I don't need to grow, right? So there's that sort of flavor, I'll call it. Does that make sense? Let me know you're with me here. Does that make sense? So step one is having the awareness, which hopefully you all, let's go through this. Everyone has their awareness, a new awareness that they hadn't before. Yes? And step two, does that make sense? How does this money story serve me? And then that piece, I really want to emphasize, put pen to paper, spend the time writing that down. You will be surprised, and keep peeling it back, keep peeling it back, keep peeling it back. Awesome. Keep peeling it back. How does this serve me? I get to stay put. That was my answer when I really dove into it. It's like, I get to stay put. That was just sort of in general, just when I asked a question about not really stepping into, my further growth, which is the same idea. You can ask that question, whatever. How is this serving me? So you want to move that energy, right? So just don't go, oh yeah, write a little bit and stop. Keep peeling it back. Because again, it's easy to continue doing. You always do what you've always done. You always get what you always got. Okay, so let's talk about step three then. The step three is about reframing, and creating a new money story based on the truths we just went through. So what is the relationship I do want to have with money? And share that in the comments. Like, what is that relationship? We got to name this, guys. We need to name this. So what's the relationship that you do want to have with money? How about, and give me some feedback here. How about ease? How about freedom? Freedom. How about more grace or flow or appreciation? Do you appreciate money? Right? More respect. How about love? How about love, right? So when you go to pay that bill, right, and you can only pay the minimum payment, you've got a choice now. Oh, right, I did that Facebook Live with Janine. So am I going to continue to got this big bill, I can only do the minimum payment, which, please note, that's actually retraction. It actually pushes away more money because you're keeping that story alive. It reinforces your story. Always do what you've always done. You always get what you've always got. So you don't want to reinforce that story. Or do you go, oh yeah, right. I'm going to go over here now, and I've got that awareness. So you've got a choice now. Maybe now you're like, I'm grateful. I want to feel grateful. I want to feel respectful. I want to feel have love for the fact that money is here, and I get to pay the minimum payment, and I'm in the process of being able to pay off it in full next time or the time after, right? So you have to push. Yeah, that's the ease, stress free. Yeah. If you're ever articulating that, I think getting out of the word stress though at all, like just keep it totally positive. So instead of stress free, it could be just flow or grace or ease, or anyway, you get what I'm saying, right? Just get the word stress out of there. Long lasting marriage type of relationship, respect, love, and abundance. Yes, Marianne. Freedom, ability to give where I want without worry. Yeah, okay. And so I totally get we're sharing here. Awesome. But when you go away and reframe it, just, freedom from anxiety. I would just say freedom, right? Give without worry. So give freely, give abundantly, give generously. Awesome, you guys. So again, step one is the awareness. Step two is the musing, and step three is reframing. What is the relationship I do want to have with money? What is the relationship I do want? And are you willing to put into practice? Are you willing to give me a yes, a heck yes, right? So you're going to want to spend a little bit of time on doing this on a regular basis. If you actually put this into practice, Seriously, your life will change. It will change, but you have to do the practice. I love that. I'm in the process of, yeah. So I'm going to share something on that comment. So about the, I'm in the process of, sometimes if you say you want to create XYZ or ABC, whatever it is, you always want to like choose something that's believable, but still stretches you, right? It stretches you, but it's believable. If it stretches you, if you want to say something and it's just like not believable, it's like it's just too far. It's just, you want to put in the word in the process of, and then it's like, it becomes believable, because as soon as it's not believable, it's just, you're a goner. You have to, it's got to be believable. If you don't have belief, it's downhill. Not to be negative Nelly, but you want to make sure that's believable. So here's what we're going to do. This is how you're going to put into practice. And I've talked about this in different lives. I think when I talked about creating your vibrational wealth goals. But what you're going to do is you're going to want to spend some time on a regular basis doing two things. And this is the high level, is that you're going to want to take the image of that new story. The image, what does that look like? So someone, you just said freedom, freedom and ease, stress-free, but we're going to change that. So you're going to take that new mental image, those are more feelings, but you're going to take the image of that new story, the image of your new story, right? Maybe you imagine like all your bills being paid, like it's done, zero. Maybe it's you're seeing, more clients coming in. Maybe you see yourself in that new property. Like, what is the image that represents that new story? What is the image that represents that new story? And you're going to have that crystal clear image. Then you're going to take the vibration or the feeling, the emotion, what we just talked about, and you're going to spend time with those two things, the image and the vibration, morning and night. The image of your new relationship with money, the vibration of your new relationship with money, and you're going to spend time morning and night. I'm a really big morning person. I think I've shared this before. However, I'm a really big believer with the this sort of work that's reprogramming your subconscious to do it at nighttime, because we're going to bed and we're shutting off our mind, and that's when that's when it does impact the subconscious more. But if you've heard of spaced repetition, we want to continually doing it over and over and over. So the volume on the old money story and the volume on the new money story starts to do this. Oh, I got out of my practice. Keep going, do your practice. Oh, got out of my practice. Keep doing your practice, keep doing your practice, keep doing your practice, keep doing your practice. It pays off, but it's like anything, you need to do the practice. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Again, the awareness, what's your money story? Muse, how is this serving me? It's not, but we're talking to subconscious here. And then we're bringing that to our awareness. And then the exercise is implementing the image and the vibration. But you have to practice, right? That's why people win the lottery. You've heard it, and then they lose it all, right? So we're working against ourselves if we're not putting that into practice. So I hope that helps. And if anyone wants to dive in, if this is an issue for you and you want to nip this in the bud, I go way deeper. Some of you already know I'm doing, and some of you are already attending, I have registered. I'm doing the Conscious Wealth Creators Academy starting next Wednesday. We go way deeper into this, especially in session 2, well, throughout, but session 2, we go deep into how to reprogram our subconscious. So super stoked. But you're definitely getting a taste of this, and this will impact your life, put into practice. If you're not aware and you're curious about the Conscious Wealth Creators Academy, first of all, big thank you to some of you who are coming. I'm just a really big believer that way too many, especially women, we have fallen prey not to fully owning our worth, our value, our power, right? We're not living according to what we're really here to live, what we're destined to live. And so, you're very welcome. So even if we don't know what we're here to do, or we do know what we're here to do, quite often we're not even sure how to bring it to fruition in the world. So that's my secret sauce, is really looking at what you want and how to bring that to fruition, and unblocking ourselves, right? We live with so many blocks. So it's really for anyone who is ready to take back their power, feels like they're meant for more, wants help answering that calling, to bring it into their physical reality. And I've got stories I could, and I'm not going to go into. I've posted some of the stories recently about some of the women and their experiences. It's also for anyone who's really ready to let go of some of this stuff, right? It's keeping us put, letting go of the programming, some of our beliefs that just don't serve us. That just don't serve us, right? And it's for anyone who's ready to be a conscious creator, right? Intentionally creating, not by default, right? But to live according to our truth that we are wealthy, we are abundant, we are whole, right? So I'll pop the link in the chat. We do have a bonus call tonight. If you did want to join us, you're more than welcome to jump on that. I would need to know soon because the bonus call is at 5 p.m. Pacific. And we start June 16th. And there's lots of goodies. There's 12 weeks, an hour and a half every week that's teaching and interactive. There's an awesome community that really helps protect our energy away from the naysayers, keep our belief high. And there's a whole membership site, yada, yada, yada. Happy to chat if that resonates. And other than that, please put this into practice. It really is a game changer. So have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Mwah. See you soon. Bye-bye.